Okay, so one of the things I think that I should kind of touch base on is what am I working on right now, right? What is my focus? What is going on exactly, right? Well, at this current moment in time, I'm juggling so much, um, and trying to speed up probably faster than. Well, here's what's going on. So I'm trying to get a good grasp on React. Really understand JavaScript and Node. And I know that sounds weird, but essentially it's just going under the hood and going in depth um, about like how the whole thing just kind of works, and why it works the way it does. It just for me, it just makes me feel more comfortable that I kind of understand the language better and can kind of debug better. But all that said, I also need to update some of my things. You know, need to post these videos, dude. I haven't done a thumbnail for my videos in it's been a minute since I've done any thumbnails for my videos, and that's just because priority, right? Um, and so like that's not gonna grow your subscribers if you're not posting those thumbnails. You don't have a consistent theme going on. Totally agree, 100%. But some of it's content, like I gotta do the key tags. I gotta ugh. So for me right now, my focus is getting these skills up, and simultaneously applying to new work. Um, Simultaneously, I've been prepping for a raise, and so that conversation's happening, and all the same while I've set a first milestone, and my first milestone, or not first milestone, but I have a milestone coming up, and that's in November. I'm going to be giving a talk at a meetup. I'm going to be one of those guys who gives a talk, and for me, it's a big deal because I enjoy giving talks, but also I have to prep for it. There's some research involved. There's some gathering stuff together. There's some organization, and so I'm using some of that for a recording process, and I'm also going to be using it to get my materials together for a beta test video I want to try out that I had this idea for, but and this more interest in that really doesn't quite fit into a lot of what I normally do, and yeah, so I'm also trying to think about long term. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me right now, right? So in a nutshell, React. React is the main focus. Um, in the background, simultaneously, just really understanding JavaScript slash Node. That's the thing too. Like with programming and these languages and all this stuff. Like you can build stuff before you fully get it. You know, like I thought I got JavaScript until because I was building with it. I had some little stuff I put together and things were working, and I could figure it out. But reading this stuff now, I'm like, yeah, I didn't get it like that. I could use it, but that doesn't mean I was using it the right way or the best way or just quite understand why it was working. It's the difference between driving a car and knowing how to build a car, I guess. But I mean that's what I'm working on, and the reason why I'm sharing that information is because people are curious. You're always wondering what other developers are doing. Are they working on the terminal? Are they working on building something specific, certain projects, and all that? And I'm messing with like I've been messing with like little snippets that it's not, project stuff. It's really not. It's just kind of getting things together and um, you know that, as opposed to like an actual scaled project. But I need a project. I gotta get that moving. Simultaneously, I gotta get some stuff on my site, and all of this juggling, and then it's a lot, man. It is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And it's that season, It's that season where things just tend to pile on, and yeah, you gotta grunt through it, and that's what's up. That's what's going on. So it's tough right now, but it won't always be this tough. And you know, uh, that's what I'm working on. But what are you working on? Are you working on something interesting, something cool? Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything interesting. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy, right? People got always feel that it's like, oh well, I'm not working on my portfolio yet. That's fine. That's fine if you're not working on your portfolio yet. Oh, I don't have like a really cool project. That's fine. Like it's really okay, right? But what are you doing? Like you're doing something. I mean, you're doing something. Like, for example, like one thing I've tend to find is that the people who are watching my videos, they're doing something, right? They're interested, they're motivated, they're going in and doing something because they want to better themselves, better their career, better whatever it is, and they're doing something. Now, it may not be on the same level of, so and so who's freaking building Facebook 2.0, right? But, if he's just, understanding how to navigate the browser and like inspect elements, and you know and um, just navigate that, like that's fine, right? If he's learning how to debug, that's cool. If he's reading a book, there's nothing wrong with just reading a book, dude. Like, I've been reading a book. Actually, funny thing, if you're just like not even writing real script, like real stuff, like you could be writing pseudocode. Like, I wrote pseudocode, has coffee on it, but like this is like one of my earliest pseudocode pieces, which is actually pretty funny, because actually somebody was asking. I was learning code and I was figuring out how pseudocode works, but I was trying to make it legitimate, and I was basically telling a friend of mine, who was nervous to ask a girl out, like there's a formula, like you could just follow this formula, right? And I was like put together this pseudocode and how it worked. And actually, I think maybe if people are interested, I'll go ahead and make a video that actually breaks this down, because it's pseudocode, but it's also like actually kind of works out as legitimate code, because I tried really hard because I didn't really understand how pseudocode worked. That's pretty funny. So, which knowing what I know now, I realized that I would build this differently. So, nonetheless, I digress. But even if you're just like learning that stuff, like you're just getting comfortable with it, there's something you're doing that's making you progress forward, right? And don't feel you're on a specific timetable, right? You are on your timetable, right? If you're late, it's because you say you're late. And well, why is it you feel that you're late to the game, right? If you feel that you're moving very fast or you're moving very slow, why do you feel that way? Like, there's a reason behind it. And in your mind, you have a sort of expected timetable, right? Or an objective timetable, rather. And with that, how are you doing on there, right? And I kind of try to get myself in that same spot where I'm like, well, how am I doing on my timetable, right? And I guess I'm doing okay. Things have obviously slowed down. I'd definitely say once my son was here, stuff really slowed down a lot. um, which is which is fine. And then you adapt. And so I've adapted, and you know, my schedule is different. You know, it's completely different. So I don't know. There's that. That's just my thought on that. But anyways, I'd like to know what you're working on. Type it down below. If you're nervous or whatever, you can just write, you know, a funny quote or something, or like a motivational quote or whatever. I don't know. Just whatever. Please like, comment, whatever you want. But you know, questions are totally fine. Feedback also good. Feedback is good. You know. Oh. Yeah. I was gonna bring up sales, but I realized that that's from another video, not this one. So, anyways, go ahead and write whatever you want. Leave some comments. Talk to you later.